Welcome to the Crimson Titan podcast. I'm Lance Parker, and I'm here with the Crimson Titan team. All right, go ahead and introduce yourselves, everybody.
Bray, I say things and do things and draw things.
There you go.
Um, Danielle, I'm one of the artists of Crimson Titan. I am also the main creator of Abigail, and I also have a small art business known as Evine Arts and Illustrations. So,
Logan, you're up next.
Oh, I'm Logan.
Pointing the wrong way, Cav.
I bet we're all in
Man,
different
that looks
orders
good.
on each other's screens too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I paint things. Just
Cool,
following Bray's lead
cool.
there.
There you go. Cav, you're up.
And I'm Roland Wingert. I am known on the internet as Caveat Ties. I am a writer and an idea writer of books like Caveat Ties, as well as an adapter for Abigail, and working on a couple comics, Brave Noir World, and Dex Damon, and anything else you want to help me out with.
Cool,
Or I
cool,
want to
cool.
help people out with, I should say.
Yeah, Crimson Titan's got a lot of cool stuff going on. Like, we are on the cusp of something big here. But today's episode, we're talking about one of DC Comics' biggest events, the 2009 to 2010 Blackest Night. It's basically DC's first take on zombies, but trying to incorporate it into their own universe and kind of make it work. And they did this through creating a new Lantern Corps surrounded on death. Anybody want to start us off with a conversation topic? How you felt about like getting into the book at first?
I guess I'll volunteer.
Okay.
So me, myself, and I have always loved stories on zombies. Not so much as a little girl, just more around the area of adulthood because I love the idea of shooting zombies. And so when Lance told us that there is like a zombie version of the DC world, I immediately had to get my hands on it. And as a perfect little cherry on top, it had its fair share of romance, which made me doubly happy. So, very good romance stories in this plot of zombies versus heroes. And I really loved, especially like that it was focused on like Necron itself as the main antagonist. Like, okay, you can't get any better than Death himself. So,
I like the fact that it's got its own flavor. It's not like, oh, a virus outbreak and these heroes have to stop it. And then, it's different. It's coming in through the lore of an already established existing character. And it just blows the hinges off the lore and everything. Like it just takes everything, goes and just like expands it. So even like the hero benefits from this thing coming in, at interplay with the rings and everything. Like it just, I don't know. I think it was a clever way to do something that's been done to death, right? Get it? Done to death.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, like we know the standard zombie thing. Like it's always cool, but it's not always interesting. So coming at it through this idea of like undead and the emotional spectrum and these characters was just like intriguing and fresh and interesting. Like it hooks you.
Any thoughts, Logan?
I still remember buying copies back in 2009 and all the tie-ins. And it was a fun event when it happened. I did not think we would be talking about it. What is it? Almost 20 years later, but here we are, They haven't really done anything since, that I can think of at least either, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think the thing that matches up with it most recently, like in terms of scale in my eyes is kind of like the Absolute Universe. Like that's kind of had the same kind of power to it.
I haven't even touched yet. So.
Well, they did have Doomsday Clock, and
that's right.
all that. It didn't feel like necessarily like a crisis. Like that's what DC's known for, is the crisis.
Yeah.
Right. This feels almost like its own crisis in a way. It's got that scope, that magnitude.
Yeah. Definitely felt like a Marv Wolfman kind of story with Crisis on Infinite Earths. I definitely got vibes from that, because it was like, okay, this is a huge thing. Are they actually going to be able to handle this? Because this is everybody's past coming back to haunt them, kind of a thing. And it's, yeah, there were a few parts where I was very worried, honestly. Like, wait, can we talk spoilers?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I-
20 years.
This is
It's
20-year-old book.
It's 20 years. I'm just trying to be careful. When Necron and everybody gets to Earth at the whole end of the thing, and like they find the White Lantern, and it was really cool how they did that, because that kind of explained why Earth was so important. Like the White Lantern was Earth, and that's kind of the center of the universe. That's where life started, kind of a thing. That's how I interpreted it. And, when they actually exposed it, and like they had that whole thing going on, and I was like, oh, they might actually win. And like the stakes felt real in that moment. It wasn't like the heroes are going to take and run with it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Cav, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know how much I necessarily want to talk, because this type of story is just not for me. But because I'm not a big Green Lantern guy, nor am I a big, massive world team up fan. So, I definitely think there was interesting things in it. It's just, yeah, it was kind of a chore for me particularly. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not into it, so
Yeah.
I was trying to think, what do I want to say? And then I do want to keep it positive, because this is all subjective stuff and different people like different things.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not a huge horror movie guy, but I can recognize what a good horror movie is. But you got to think about, too, is when you take something and you want to adapt it, you want to try to get into the heart of what is going on, as opposed to Hollywood today, sometimes just picks random people and says, you make a movie of this, even if you haven't read the source material. And like, I think there's something about having a heart for it and understanding what the fans like as well. So
Definitely.
but
Well,
like,
and
yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the first time we get some clarification on a little bit of the new rules behind Green Lantern?
I think this definitely reestablished some of the things and kind of retconned a few things, because I know Green Lantern got a bit crazy there. Like, he was still Parallax back in the 90s, so he's coming back in this, and he's been gone a while, and then
Well,
Barry
also,
has been gone a while.
just how the rings actually work.
Yeah,
That was a big thing, because before it was like they were literally trying to play off of like artistic color spectrum. Like green cancels out this, and yellow, and blah 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 blah. And it was like, oh yeah, paint a room yellow and throw the Green Lantern into it, and he's useless. Oh my gosh, it's like, it's funny to look back, but it's like, to me, this was a lot more interesting. This was a lot more, when this lore came about, it just, I don't know, it brought Green Lantern to the forefront to me, whereas like I've always loved him as a kid and what he could do, but this was like a moment to be proud of what the Green Lantern actually was, willpower, and it's like something I could get behind. I was like, like, not, oh, it's the color green. No, it's based off of your will, and that's a cool thing to me.
Yeah. The emotional spectrum, the whole like association of colors, and like it makes sense, and it gives it power, like actual power. Like you feel as you're reading, at least I do anyways, like it makes sense. Like you see a lantern go through all these things in life, and like their character guides them through certain things, and then like they get the ring based on their emotion, right? Their strongest power. So you know, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, they've all got great willpower. They get green, right? And then Superman and Barry later in the story, they get blue rings because hope, right? Superman is the personification of hope. That makes sense. And then Wonder Woman gets pink, so love, you know, that makes sense. And it's just, yeah.
Mhm.
And then Scarecrow with the yellow ring, obviously. That was funny.
That was the funniest giggle to me. Let me like add to the character of Hal Jordan. So how I kind of got into the whole comic industry was through animation, and so my first introduction was Justice League Unlimited. Um,
Greatest show
so
on
I
earth.
grew up on Jon Stewart, and so he was my lantern. But then how I stumbled on Hal Jordan was actually another comic from the 50s. And like I just saw the name Green Lantern, like instantly bought it. Okay, let's read about John. Who the heck is this new guy? And and you know, this is when I was starting to learn the history. It was like, oh, this was the original guy. And then like my second introduction, which you guys are gonna laugh, was Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
I think that was
And,
my first superhero movie growing up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I think that movie actually gets too much hate.
I enjoy it.
honestly,
I think there's a lot of good things in the movie. There's just a lot of things that fall short of, you know, what this is.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Yes.
what this book is.
that is
could
true.
be.
Although like what kind of made me love him was when he was about to offer drinks in the beginning of the movie to his lady friend. He just goes, "Hey, if you want anything, help yourself. There's a water in the tap," and he just bolts. And that sense of humor just instantly won me over.
That's a very Ryan Reynolds thing.
It's
That
okay.
is.
It was. It's just like I like this guy a lot, and so now I get a more in-depth revelation of Hal in The Blackest Night, and I just keep seeing new media on Hal that just was like, man, if I had been introduced to Hal first, I would not have been a Jon Stewart stan at all. I was just like, who's this guy?
No,
But I
John-
love John.
was
I
a
do
Hal
love
Jordan
John, but
from
I
the
love
beginning.
Hal a lot.
But no,
Yeah,
you
'cause
would
I
still be a big fan.
I started with Hal and then was introduced to John later, but Kyle's actually my favorite.
Yeah.
And
Kyle's cool.
he's like several lanterns down because Alan Scott.
Yeah. I think it was let's see, Alan Scott in 1941 and then Hal Jordan in 1959, because the whole space age thing, they wanted to take that character and kind of reboot it to be more of a science fiction thing instead of a magic thing. And then the 70s roll around. I think you get Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner in that era right there, I think. And then 90s you get this, you know, artistic kid that's very, you know, rebel kind of a thing. Kyle Rayner, kind of, he resonated with everybody. And then nowadays you've got Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz and a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a lot of lanterns. But they also have a purpose. They're all very, very different characters. It's really cool.
Agreed.
I still just like when Guy Gardner gets punched out by Batman.
Oh, it's the funniest thing.
It's so satisfying.
Let's talk more about how the art was. What do you guys think of, like, come at it from an art perspective? Who wants to go first on that front?
It looks good to me.
I'm loving all the muscles.
Oh,
I can't look. Hey, it's nice eye candy for me, okay?
Well, I'm pretty sure most of the art was done by Ivan Reis, if that's how you pronounce his last name.
Ice, I think.
Rice?
I know people that know
Butchered it.
him, and that's how they said it, but they could be wrong too. So Ivan, who's really freaking good.
He's phenomenal
he's
artist.
insane.
Everything he touches is great. So
Yeah.
yeah,
that man
know-
is talented.
I know a few of the tie-in comics that we were talking about earlier, like Starman had a really like I was reading through that one, and the inking kind of caught me off guard because it was kind of it wasn't clean, it was scribbles, it was meant to be messy, and it was kind of throwing my eye for a loop. I didn't like it at first, but I came to appreciate it, and I can't remember the inker's name off the top of my head, but it was really cool. And I love when DC brings in all these different artists on the same project, and you get to see different art styles, because it's, in my mind, it's like you get to see what a character sees. Like, that's their point of view, that's how they see the world, kind of a thing.
Yeah. So on the inside cover, it says Doug. I think it's Mank, is how you pronounce it. And he was the main penciler, and then additional pencilers, who's one of my favorites, Ed Benez. That dude slays pencils. And Marcos Mars, he was an additional penciler. And then there's like 10 inkers, which is crazy. I know Tom Wynn. I've met him. He's cool, dude. He has a really cool series of how to draw books.
That's
and
cool.
they're all really good. Yeah. And then Ed has also did some inks. And then they had a bunch of colorists. Now I could have swore that Alex had colored on this book.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, but I don't see him listed on the inside cover, so I'm wondering if that's a misprint or what. I'm gonna look it up here just to make sure that I'm not full of shit. Because I have a little bit of biased love for Alex Sinclair.
Which is fair. Totally fair. He's in like everything.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, Alec, yeah, like Blackest Night, #1, Crisis on Prime Earth. And it's under his name. Let's see. Yep, Alex Sinclair. So Alex was definitely coloring out. I don't know why the inside of this one doesn't list it. That's a little weird, but yeah, Alex is insane. And so when I started learning how to draw and color comics, this was one of the books that Alex had talked about competing light sources. And when he was first teaching coloring, it was already so like much and overwhelming at first that him breaking down this book at the end and telling us like all the things he had to deal with was just kind of like, holy smokes. And you can see it, like just
Bray, your mic is
colors.
getting staticky, I think.
Yep.
Is that just me, or is that you guys all hearing
No,
that too?
I'm hearing it too.
Same for me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just kind of gets like peaky or breaking out a little bit.
Let me
Maybe
turn it
it's-
away from my head. Does that work?
Sounds good. It's only doing it every now and then, but I want your thoughts to be heard. So
Oh, yours does it too a little bit. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on. I
okay.
hear it a little bit on everybody's.
Okay.
okay, how about that?
Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, competing light sources and everything. Just that's so cool because you have green and pink and indigo and violet and red and orange and yellow, and then the light is complementing and blending and fighting and all this different stuff, and keeping that together while storytelling from panel to panel to page to scene, and different scenes have their own light, natural light, is like, that's crazy to me. And so that always sticks in my mind when I think about this book. It's the color, like the color runs this book for me.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it's the color spectrum. That if you're gonna do it in a book, it's gonna be this one, which is cool. I don't know. Next topic. Favorite character arc in the book. Can you guys think of one?
It had to have been Carter and Shaira for me.
Oh, that's a good one.
So again, reminder,
Yep.
Justice League Ultimate, so originally was like super for John and Shaira, but then I learned about Carter. It's just like, oh, I don't know who to choose. But I thought their arc was the best one out of all the romances in the book.
Yeah.
Because that has to be sucky. Like the girl you love, the guy you love doesn't remember you, and but then they have a satisfying ending at the end. So that one was my absolute favorite.
Yeah. And their death scene in that book was brutal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Freaking
gruesome.
elongated man. Such a weird character.
What was up with stretchy characters back in the day? Like,
I don't know. I get Plastic Man. I get Mr. Fantastic, but elongated man. Are we serious? Like,
And
He
they put him
was-
in which show? Was that The Flash that he was in?
I think that was supposed to be Plastic Man.
Yeah, but they had to change it. And so it was
Yeah,
Elongated Man.
I think so.
I'm-
I don't remember, honestly. I just know that he got
What?
fired.
That strikes fear into the names of villains, or into the
I
hearts of
think
villains.
that was them like
Elongated Man.
rushing. I want to say that they had to have rushed to give him a name like that. And it's stupid, yes, but despite the stupid name, he was the most unnerving. Like, I don't know if anyone else sees the same as I do with stretchy characters. Even though they're the goofiest, they're also the scariest when it comes to doing body horror stuff.
Oh yes.
And Elongated Man did a perfect body
Elongated.
horror thing the entire story. Like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Oof, just gave me the chills.
Yeah. Just wait till we read Deceased and see Plastic Man.
Oh
That's
God.
that's freaky. That is freaky.
Ugh.
I think my favorite character in the story was man, I got to think about this for a bit because there's so many. I loved all the Robins teaming up and taking on their parents and kind of just, kind of facing their past,
Oh.
especially with Tim Drake. That one made me cry a little bit, but I also loved Barry Allen throughout the whole story because he's kind of the pivot point. It's a Green Lantern story, but secondary to that, it's Flash. I mean, he's come back. He's learned that all of his friends have died, and then they're back as zombies, and he's got to deal with that. But through all of that adversity, he's still hopeful that he can bring everybody back, and and that's why he gets the blue ring when shit goes to shit. But yeah, his whole arc in that story just made me very satisfied and made me like Flash that much more.
Agreed. Very much agreed.
I think he's a hard character to write too,
Oh
because
yeah.
I think the majority of the Justice League in general is hard to write for because they're so big, they're so large, they're so powerful that it's very tempting to just throw a more powerful villain at them. But giving them emotional stakes, I think, is a good thing. So I think that serves like very well. Somebody who's unrestrained by time space. He just has so much he can do. Like how do you challenge him?
And
I'm
Who
gonna
did
go
you
with
say,
Deadman.
Danielle?
you're gonna go with
What did you
Deadman?
Am I what?
Oh, I was just asking, who did Danielle say again?
Oh, Carter and Shaira.
Hawkman
Okay.
and Hawkgirl.
Go ahead, log in.
Yeah, Hawk
Oh,
Girl and
yeah.
Hawkman.
Mine was
I
pretty simple.
don't know. I like calling the superheroes by their actual names.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, then I guess Boston Brand.
See, that's cool.
And the only reason why is because his with the black rings, his was the most interesting because he's already been dead. And
That's
then
true.
the end of that book, which we're not going to talk about, but goes to Brightest Day, which is a whole other comic, not as good,
Yeah.
and that focuses on him being resurrected at the end. And spoiler alert, that's a 2010 book, so not quite 20 years, but yeah, I mean, his character is just interesting in general to me. So
I agree. Like, wouldn't say the best villain, but very, very good, very well written villain.
No, Deadman's not a villain.
Deadman's not a villain.
He's the one that warns the Robins.
Oh, that guy. Nice.
You have the book in front of you.
There's a lot to keep track of for sure.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is a lot.
They are hard to keep
There's
track
so
of.
many. There are so many in this book.
Yes.
I think I was most interested in the Mira stuff, I guess. Is that right? Aquaman's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
woman.
Oh,
person.
that one was sad.
Yeah. That one was good.
It's
Yeah.
cool when a book like this can bring in some of your heavy hitters, you know, like Barry and Superman and Hal and John and those guys. But then you also have like characters like Mira and other characters that aren't quite as, you know, maybe like well developed or well liked or whatever. They're just not the centerfold characters, and you bring them in a way that makes you sympathetic to them. I like books that do that.
Yeah, it felt kind of underdoggy, like exiled protagonist. Like I'm kind of alone in this mess, and yeah, I don't know.
And actually doing it right. That's another thing.
Wait, what?
And I mean, like bringing in like the lesser known characters and
Oh, yeah.
actually writing them to where you actually care about them. That's not easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. DC does a really good job of that when they want to.
They do.
Emphasis on that because they can screw up a character just as fast.
Yeah.
But
With you know what,
Yeah.
80 almost 100 years of history, like it's, I mean, sometimes you got to take a swing for the fence, and
Yeah.
sometimes you just strike out, you know.
Yeah.
And I try not to fault people when it doesn't land, but I'd rather see them take risks and try to do that. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you know, there's definitely things that don't work with characters.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can just be like, oh, this could be a new chapter. Nope, never mind. That doesn't work for that kind of character.
Don't worry, your turn for that is coming up.
yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. One of these days, I'm going to be like, oh, I get to work with this character. And then I get an idea. And it's going to be like, okay, this is going to be so cool. Release, nothing sells. And it's going to be like, oh, man.
Yeah, you're just gonna see social media on fire, just tracking your name.
Oh.
Just like, what the heck is this kid writing? Who the
Yeah.
heck let him write for Superman? What the? Good stuff.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts on the book?
I want to talk about avarice. Because, okay, you have all of the powers of the ring, and I don't think, like, I understand greed, maybe, but extreme hunger, or at least like envy, at least, it doesn't. I'm confused. Why avarice? But
I think
that's
it
what just
just.
me.
I think it's supposed to encompass all the things associated with greed. I'm not sure. I've always like growing up. It was always greed to me. Like, I think in,
To me, I've always known it as gluttony,
yeah,
like hunger, food, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, why?
I mean, when you have the Orange Lantern, you know, Larfleeze, he's the only one, which is, you know, weird in of itself. And then you find out why he's the only one. He's a very materialistic character, very like kleptomaniac. He wants absolutely everything. So I think greed comes closest to that, not necessarily gluttony, because it's not hunger for things. It's just want, pure, unbridled want.
Desire for
thing.
more.
I guess
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense than just this one's avarice, and it's like, why? And then like the key points kind of help.
Yeah. I think in the Lego games, like Lego Batman 3, when they did the thing with the lanterns, I think they renamed the Orange Lantern to greed instead of avarice for the kids, just to kind of like make more sense. But I don't.
That would have made
I don't
more
exactly
sense to
remember.
me had I known that.
So
I wonder
that's how I
too
grew up with it.
if it was originally an idea that started in like another language, like the idea of like a different culture's sins or something, and then so translating it over, that was the one that maybe fit best, or I don't know how they do it, but sometimes when I'm reading about other things, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. How does it translate to what like I want to say or like my language? So, but I have no clue.
Yeah, Bray has no clue.
I have no
But,
clue.
Okay.
Anybody else? Final thoughts?
Scarecrow was still the weirdest besides that one.
Oh
There.
yeah.
That one's cool. One thing I like, and this is obviously going to more into the art, but I really love the way they break the panels and they design the pages. They're doing a lot on a lot of pages. Like it's continually moving with a ton. And just like when you see this, it's like technically like a double page. Let me get into camera. But then it's got this whole other like page built in over it with the panel. So it's like you're seeing a double splash go, but then it's being cut into the panels going down. And they're all like these wide shots. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide shots. Like,
Okay, you got
that's
really
so cool.
I at least heard
really
like a
choppy there.
garbled countdown.
This
Or
is all
count
your
that.
guys' fault.
Sorry.
I heard 9.
Okay.
9 panels.
There are 9 wide shot panels.
Maybe stay facing the camera. 'cause it
See, you
seems
guys
like
are
when you
doing
turn
it
your head-
too.
No,
I am.
no.
Yeah, I
the
shouldn't
only
have
one.
anything facing the camera. That's weird.
Haven't heard anything from anybody else.
Maybe it's your internet connection.
I got fiber optic straight to the hard line that goes to the main line out in the street. So
We'll figure it out.
I-
Trial by fire.
Yeah.
I think it's Lance's fault.
How dare you? You
I've
made me
heard
do.
Lance perfectly this whole time.
He made me
Yeah.
do this, guys. If it's anybody's fault, it's his. Just
I can't hear
know.
Lance right now. I wonder if it's just the delayed processing between time zones.
maybe. We'll figure it out.
What the
I just
heck
want-
is being dropped?
I just want to know why Lance
Oh.
and Bray are dressed the same.
Branding. That's the only reason I wore it. I can take it off.
You both have white t-shirts and a beanie and
This is
headphones.
a gray T-shirt.
And
and
Lance
thank
doesn't
you.
look like he can grow a beard yet. So
Yeah, I think so. I just no, not a good one. Anyways, always comes in patchy.
It's that fountain of youth look he's got.
Guys, I'm only 20.
Oh no, you're an actual baby. Never mind.
Yeah,
that means that this book came out when you were what?
I was 4.
You were 4.
I was
Wow.
4.
That's weird to think about.
That
I'm
is
thinking a comic book that I
yes.
picked up when I was 4. I was probably reading like John Burns' Superman back then.
You were reading
First-
Superman at 4.
Well, I was getting it read to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got my first comic book when I was 5 years old, and that was New 52 Green Lantern because they had just done Flashpoint. So I have an issue 1 of Green Lantern from that series because I was like fascinated with that character. I grew up with Justice League Unlimited, the original Justice League Batman the Animated Series, all the animated stuff, that entire thing. I got to see all of that. It was kind of a 90s kid thing, but I grew up on John Wayne and the Justice League, so I was kind of not my generation kind of a thing. And yeah, Green Lantern was my favorite character out of the bunch. Even it was John Stewart, so I got introduced to Hal Jordan in the comic books, and I read him. I didn't really read John Stewart, and then I started to seek out those books more, and it was really good. And yeah. So Green Lantern's always had a special place in my heart.
I read Shazam when I was a kid,
That's a good one. I like Shazam.
like the original.
Before it was acquired by DC.
Yes, I think it was Captain Marvel actually at the time, but
Yeah.
it was like because I had a big book of it. So
He's still Captain Marvel to me.
Yeah, same.
Mm.
He's the OG. I don't know why they took the name.
I think
Oh,
because Marvel had the rights to it. and DC had to change the name.
No, the dispute went on longer than that. So it was when DC acquired them, Marvel got the rights. It was like in between DC's acquisition of the property. So when it was happening, Marvel got the rights to that specific name, and I don't think that they could compete with it. So when they got it, they just changed it to Shazam.
Mhm.
Shazam!
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's cool either way, but yeah, I don't know.
I think it sounds better like Captain Marvel. You talk about somebody and you say, "Oh, that's Shazam." And it's like,
Yeah,
huh?
and the
Then I just
Marvel
think of
family.
Shaquille O'Neal as a
Yeah.
giant.
Unfortunately, I got introduced to Captain Marvel very, very late because when I hear the word Shazam, I think of Shaquille O'Neal.
Wasn't it Kazam?
It was.
Kazam! Yes, it was Kazam.
On that
Um,
note, did you guys know Shaquille O'Neal played a DC character in a movie?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
Steel.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
This is-
very
They should bring that back as a cameo. That'd be so dope.
that would be
Would
so
be
cool.
Great.
I love that character. That movie sucked, but it'd be so fun to see him again. I love Shaq. Shaq is fun.
He's very
You know,
funny.
he seems like he's just a cool guy to work with and
Oh,
hang
yeah.
with. Like he's just so
humble.
just down to earth. You know,
He's down to earth and he's freaking smart too.
yeah. I wonder how Shaquille O'Neal feels about the Blackest Night.
Well, I mean, we can always call him and ask.
Yeah,
one
I'm
day.
just gonna
Maybe one
call
day.
Shaquille O'Neal and ask.
I mean, you
We'll
get
see.
everybody's numbers off of Google these days.
Please, for the love of God, do not call Shaquille O'Neal. That's not gonna end well.
I had no intention to. I was more giving one of y'all the idea.
Yeah. Man, I can't get over just the art in this book, the design, the pacing, the movement. This going back through this kind of gave me a lot of ideas for things that we're doing and just how to be more creative. Like I love like I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but there's just this tiny little panel right here, but it completely works and makes sense. Like he had the forethought to know like how to be able to organize this thing. So it felt like this whole thing in the background, you know, is going on, but these moments are happening inside of that element of time. And like, just how your brain perceives time moving on the page is really cool. It's so immersive. It's not just like, oh, a thing happens. It's there's more going on. I think that just goes to the testament of the high level of, you know, creativity that that these people had.
Nice. Would we want to talk more about what we've got going on as a studio? Do we want to kind of segue into that?
Whew.
I actually want to show. Well, can we segue into it as soon as I show like some of the pages that?
Of course.
I-
Yes. Show your
Okay,
favorite pages.
this though,
The Spectre page is
the
badass.
Spectre's
That's
page,
so cool.
and look at this. They threw in a goatee on his face. Where did that come from? This is freaking epic. And then John Stewart, my Green Lantern, with all of those Black Lanterns behind him. That amount of detail, just I cried for the artist who had to focus on all of that. And then Sinestro becoming the White Lantern.
Yeah.
Like the splash pages just blow my mind. And
That's a
the thing is-
phenomenal
the
page.
thing
If
is
you-
how
yeah,
that
colors.
they were able to the use of black and white, and yet with all of this amount of blue and white, they were still able to make him pop, and just you can tell where everything is. This is phenomenal work.
Yeah, getting colors on that white panels are just amazing.
Yes.
That actually reminded me. Sinestro wasn't supposed to become the White Lantern. Originally, it was supposed to be Hal Jordan, but they wanted to kind of subvert things. So they were like, okay, who would surprise people the most? Obviously,
that was
Sinestro.
a good call. Like,
So it was like-
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I totally thought it was gonna be Hal. Like they were leading up to it, and then it's like, nope, never mind.
No, we're gonna blow your minds. We're gonna use the bad guy.
Yeah,
That's such a hard thing to do in comics. You know, it's kind of like the art of the comic book cover for a long time. It feels like we've kind of slipped into a thing where like comic book covers are just pinups. But in the old days, it used to be like a subversion of expectations. Like the comic cover was like, oh, this is gonna happen, and it's gonna, you know, Spider-Man's gonna get killed, or this or that. And you look at the cover, and the cover's telling you this thing's and it never happens in the book. But it's what gets you to buy the book because you're like, that can't happen.
yeah.
That can't happen.
Yes.
It's such a
That's exactly what made me buy that Hal Jordan comic, because I was misled. Oh, oh gosh.
Good stuff. Yeah. Overall, really good story. I loved it from an art and writing perspective. It was really interesting to me. It
Agreed.
was good. It was actually the first DC event that I read. So I read this one, and then I went back and started reading through all the others, you know, Infinite Earths, and then Crisis, and then just went through all of them. This one is still my favorite.
One thing I like about this book, and it feels like it's rather inconsistent at times, but I like how brutal this book feels in a lot of moments. Like there's a lot of like gore. It's not always like overly red or always overly like disgusting, but it's like it's visceral to where you feel like there's an impact, there's a thing happening, you know. And I just wish like books would just be more consistent and just okay with actually doing these things. Like sometimes I feel like things are so safe in comic books that I'm like, I've got no fear of like what's happening. But like if you grew up like me, like watching Dragon Ball Z, like people got messed up. You know, I remember like the first time, like the first season of Dragon Ball Z, you're watching and like these aliens come down and they just kill everybody. Like all of your favorite characters just get killed. They get dismembered, arms cut off. They are just straight up killed. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, like Goku's got to get back. You know, they got to win. And even when Goku gets back, they find ways to break people and have these consequences where you feel like, shoot, the next couple seasons going forward, it lasted. You're like, they're going to go to planet Namek and Gohan's going to die. Like some alien is going to break that little kid's neck and it's over. And like, you feel this thing. So when the book is like, has these consequences, it feels more like, oh man, or like, is my character going to get wretched? Is he going to lose an arm, or is he going to get killed, or, you know, like what's going to happen?
I agree. And I think that's what also made me love the comic even more, is you had the emotional impact of Game of Thrones, basically. It was just okay, fine, go ahead and rip my heart out. I didn't need it anyway, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very much like movies that I grew up with were like that. You know, I grew up with like Terminator and RoboCop and things like that, and there were always like consequences, and you never felt like safe with your characters. You know, I remember watching Terminator 1 as a kid, and Kyle Reese dying just broke my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, like no, like, you know, but it had to happen. That movie would not have been satisfying if he had walked away from that in any sort of way. And then like, you know, RoboCop, if you guys have seen that, it's just when Murphy dies, he's on. Yeah, it's so good. It's what actually gets you on his side when he's the cop, because like he's so just viscerally ripped apart that it makes you worried through the rest of the movie. Like when you get through all this, you've just had like 3 or 4 brutal murders in that movie. And then you get to the part where the guy walks in to rob the that convenience store. And I've seen this. I will like watch people's like reaction videos. They're always like worried now because the movie has set a precedent that like nobody is safe. things happen. And you actually have a ton of tension throughout the rest of the movie. Every time you see something like, oh man, like what's going to happen? Like there's, it keeps you under suspense. They'll lull you with the safety of RoboCop is cleaning stuff off. And then Clarence Bodiger comes in and kills Bob Morton, right? Back to the brutality of like, nobody's safe in the movie. Just like it lulls you. And then like, oh, here's a reminder. Boom. No, nothing is safe. And I think that's what makes the end of that movie so satisfying. Cause you're like, it's a movie, but it also feels like RoboCop could lose, right? And I think that's something that's really cool in books like this, where you get that sense of like, how are we going to make it out? Like,
That's a perfect description.
Yeah.
Just how are they going to win this?
Yeah.
Whew. No, this book was a ride. It really was a ride.
Definitely. I liked it a lot.
I'm sad you didn't like it, Roland.
It's just
Every-
not my thing.
every
Yeah.
group has to have a grump.
Exactly. I'm here to play the devil. Of
The devil's
thing.
advocate.
Well, no,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
call
the
him
devil's
the
advocate. I'll just be the
contrarian
devil.
guys.
Exactly. No, I think the thing is too, though, if you have more of a background before going into it too, it's like maybe if you just started and you watched Endgame,
Yeah.
and that's the only movie you've ever watched in the MCU, you'll be like, what? That's a bit overwhelming. That's a bit much for me, so.
I was
That's
so
fair.
happy to see Endgame. I was like, think I don't have to pay money to take my family to these anymore.
Yeah. That's true.
You know,
And I
I-
have some,
yeah,
I
I
do
am-
have some criticisms of Endgame, but I don't. That's not the episode, right?
I mean, we can talk about it on another one.
Yeah,
I am surprised none of us even discussed Bruce and how he turns out to be not the real Bruce who had died.
Oh yeah.
Like that,
The clone or whatever.
yeah. That either it was a clone or it was a body that he replaced with his own. It's
course,
very
Batman's too
it's
smart
very
to get caught up
Batman
in it.
of him. At
Yeah.
the same time, I'm just like, where the hell is he then? Like, why did he not like appear at all? So,
Yeah.
he's never explained. They just wave him off.
He needed a vacation.
Yeah.
This is okay. So Batman is obviously my favorite superhero of all time. Like you guys know that.
Mhm.
I did not know that. I swore that you told me earlier that it wasn't Batman.
Shut up, you liar.
I'm pretty sure you
But-
said Dazzler was your favorite, but I can understand
That's one of
that
my
you'd be
favorites.
embarrassed to admit that on a podcast.
I like stepping away from Batman though. Like I get so Batmaned out by everything having Batman all the time and and Batman always comes in and does the cool thing, and it's like sometimes it's nice to just not. And it's great because I feel like the other characters in this book take the book. They own it, and it's theirs, and you don't need the Batman moment in a DC book.
Yeah.
It's like every single time there's something happen, Batman's got the one thing that like flips it all around. I was
Yeah.
planning on it. Boom, whatever it is. And it's like, oh yeah, the Batman moment.
Yep.
Like, it's cool to just
I'm glad you brought Batman up because I totally spaced that we have not talked about how he
I was
died in
waiting
the
for
first.
someone. Like, do I
My
have to bring
bad.
it up?
I'm glad you did. My bad. Like, I remember when I first turned that page and I was like, holy shit, Batman just died. Like, how the hell does that happen? And the way he did it, I was like, yeah, that's not Batman. Like, it didn't feel Batman the way he died. Like, it just felt,
Yeah, agreed.
it felt stupid. So I
I-
wasn't sure how they were going to play that off, right?
Yes.
And then I kept reading and I was like, wait, Martian Manhunter's dead? I didn't know he had died. And then I had to go back and find out how he died, and like his whole arc through the story of like, I was the heart of the Justice League and you guys left me to die and whatever, it was kind of like the Black Lantern obviously corrupting him, but you watch anything with Martian Manhunter in it, and especially in Justice League Unlimited, when he starts to lose faith a little bit in what he's doing, he needs to go find himself again. That part of the book where he's like, I'm the heart and you guys left me, kind of a thing, that really resonated, and that felt like Martian Manhunter. That didn't feel like a Black Lantern. That felt like Martian Manhunter.
Oh, it's because he's always left on the Watchtower.
Yeah.
Like a lot, and they just leave him there
Yeah.
so many times. Oh, hey, let's go see Martian Manhunter, possibly the most powerful DC character. Like, let's just go see him while he just sits in the Watchtower all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like,
true.
I don't think I've ever seen him in the Hall of Justice, like, ever. It's always the Watchtower. I hardly see him on Earth, ever.
Yeah. And to be honest, he's a hard character to write for.
Oh, yeah,
because
definitely.
he is so powerful. A lot of people say he rivals Superman in all of the physical aspects, plus all the abilities and things that he has on top of that. It's like, where do you start writing a character like that?
Yeah.
That's a tough question to ask.
It is.
So I get what happens to him. It just sucks.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He is. My favorite episode of the Justice League shows, like any of them, is when Clark brings home Martian Manhunter for Christmas. Like, that whole episode is just a feel-good thing, and it's nice.
I keep tearing up at that part.
I watch
he
that one
actually
every
fills
Christmas.
himself up to fill the sweater. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cute episode. I watch it every Christmas.
Oh,
Makes me happy.
yes.
I was about to talk about Injustice and what happens to Martian Manhunter there, but nope, next episode, or
Oh yeah.
down the road. Down the
We can
road.
do Injustice at some point.
Yeah.
Injustice, man. Yeah, that's a whole big topic of.
Yeah.
Terrible.
How do you feel this book impacted comics, or maybe not even all comics, but just like DC Comics? How do you think this book impacted the landscape?
Let's see. I know they did Flashpoint after this, and that kind of reset everything. So it kind of wiped what this did, but like emotionally and like fan base wise, not so much, because they brought back so many characters, and like the popularity kind of spiked. And after this book, you do see a lot more of those characters in the New 52. Like, they're like, okay, these characters did really good in the last event that we did. Let's bring them back, give them their own thing, or, make them important in another story, see how they do. And they actually did really good. And that's how we get a lot of, I can't name anybody off the top of my head, but I think it positively impacted DC. Like, it was one of the best things they've ever done.
Yeah, I think Jeff Johns in general and a lot of his contributions were just some of the biggest in modern comics. Like, a lot of his stories have lasting effect.
Yeah. Jeff Johns is a great writer. I always, I might not know it, but I always find myself going back to his stories and being the most impacted by those ones. Like him, Scott Snyder, and just writers of that caliber, they keep you coming back no matter what they're writing.
Yeah, I think Johns has a really good sense of like world building, and he's building things that are bigger than the sum of the characters, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah. Definitely. I think the book's all talked out. What do you guys think? Yeah. We want to talk about what we've got going, what we got future plans.
We can get at it at some point. I want to talk about what book you guys want to do next.
Okay,
because there's some crazy ones out there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
I think Court of Owls would be more up my alley.
Which one?
Court of Owls.
Court of Owls.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I think that would be a really good one. I would love to save that for down the road when viewership gets bigger, but
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. That and The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Those two.
I still want to do Hush at some point.
It's on the list.
Hush would definitely, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Batman stories that are going to
anything Bat probably be more up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With less fantastical stuff in it.
Let's see. I'm
Well,
trying to think.
I mean, there's plenty of really great books. I mean, you got Kingdom Come. You've got
That's a good one. We need to do that
Come
eventually.
Marvels by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross, which I think is
Alex Ross is my favorite artist. I love the painted style.
which Marvels is the whole book is painted, not just the covers.
Yeah.
It's
That one's probably the best book to tackle next, because that covers all of the whole Marvel universe in one book. Like
Yeah.
What book is that again?
Kingdom
Marvels.
Come.
No, Kingdom Come is DC.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
What book did you say, Logan?
Marvels,
Marvels.
like Marvel, but plural. Like Marvel Comics.
If we wanted to do a Batman story, I think a good one would be
Year One.
Year One or The Long Halloween. I know we wanted to do that one.
Any
Long
one of
Halloween.
those would be really good. I would want to, yeah, I'd want to stay away from some of the modern bangers
Yeah.
and do some of
yeah.
the older ones first.
You guys have been talking about All-Star Batman and the Boy Wonder Robin. I mean, why don't we just do that?
I hate
All
that
Star
book so
Batman.
much. I
And
hate
and the
Are we
Boy
talking
Wonder.
the one where would Batman lights
Paints
those
the room
guys
yellow.
on? Oh,
That one. All-Star
Yeah,
Batman
All-Star
and Robin.
Where he lights
Robin,
them
the
on
Boy
fire.
Wonder.
I cannot
Miller.
stand that
in
book.
All Star Batman, at one point, he lights a bunch of thugs on fire, which I'm fine with, and then proceeds to bang
With-
Black Canary in the candlelight of the burning.
That I remember.
It's one of the most hardcore things I've ever seen.
I
It's
cannot
like-
stand All-Star titles anymore.
You know, the thing is, either one of those things on their own would be fine with me. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, it's like whatever.
Like
The
Black
two at the
Canary.
same time is so extreme. It's awesome. These dudes are just burning in the back. They're like, hey, you're hot. I'm hot.
Oh
Listen,
man.
the All-Star Batman. Hold on, let me sell this
Hold
to
on.
you.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
It came out, I think, right before Blackest Night, sometime before Blackest Night, but not too far for it. Frank Miller wrote it.
Mhm.
Okay, Jim Lee,
Yep.
Scott Williams inks, Alex Sinclair colors. I mean, at the very
The
minimum,
Trinity.
you've got great art
Great art.
and a story
Terrible
that's
story.
willing to go places that other
Go
people's careers couldn't afford.
A Frank Miller story is gonna be a Frank Miller story, and that's something
I-
that I love about it is that
It's Frank Miller.
it's Frank Miller. You're not getting what you think you want. You're getting what Frank Miller wants you to see.
and,
Yeah.
and we're early enough in this podcast. We're not hitting the big ones, like the
Yeah.
long
That's
haul.
true.
Yeah.
But the
That
big
would be
ones will draw viewers more too. So
Yeah.
I think only when you have the machine already going in your favor.
Yeah. I say we get like 3 episodes out with like good books, and then we take on a heavy hitter.
I
Once
like the
this gets
idea
a
of
bit more
doing the Marvels. That's
publicized.
pretty good.
That is a good one.
Stepping into the Marvel universe a little bit is a good idea. I could
Yeah.
sit in the DC realm all the time, all the time. But I think tackling that, I would like to get into some X-Men. X-Men is freaking great. Spider-Man's great. We got some bigger. So let's do the
Yeah.
Marvels.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Alright.
Sounds good. Okay. Guess we're all in agreement. Is that the end of it?
It's the end of you
Ouch.
right now.
What
with
did
the
I do?
Wow.
camera and the microphone.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I guess it is for you guys too, because I'm in charge of this whole thing.
Yeah. Don't give
Wanna
Lance the
go and
doomsday
give a-
button.
I have a big red button here. I'm going to press it.